So yesterday I had a great question. The question was, John, how often should I be doing an InBody? And the first thing I said is, are you doing anything to change the reading? And some of you, those words will ring home because I say that to people when they go to jump in the InBody is, are you wasting my paper? What do I mean by that? If you're not doing anything to make the results in the InBody look any better, don't waste my paper, right? Don't jump on there just to see how bad your InBody is. Um, but we can do more than just the InBody also through this challenge to track our body composition, right? The InBody is one tool, and that's what we're going to use to essentially pick our winners. But what can you do to make sure that what you're doing at home is working? Number one, if you have a traditional scale, use a traditional scale. It's not going to be the only thing we use, but use that scale at home to get a good weekly reading. Pick one day, same time of day, hop on that scale and check your weight. Number two, get a good old fashioned, I usually have one floating around, cloth measuring tape. Measure around the chest, measure around the hips, measure around the navel, right? A lot of people don't like to do that because they don't like those numbers. Well, if you don't like those numbers, I recommend you measure them and you work really hard to make them go in the right direction. Because if you don't do anything to make them go in the right direction, those numbers are going to stay the same or get worse. And again, you're getting more data points. You're collecting more things that you can make sure that what you're doing is actually working, and you don't need to change anything. Because if the once a week weight at home is going well, if the measuring tape is going well, if you look in the mirror and you can see the difference, the energy level is higher, the clothes are fitting better, then we know what we're doing is probably working, and we keep doing that. But if you're 2 weeks in and you haven't seen any change, then what we need to do is probably change things up, right? You don't want to go 6 weeks and not have anything change. So back to the original question, I would check my weight on the InBody every 2 or 3 days. If I was making a big drastic change, really dialing in my nutrition, I would do an actual InBody maybe once a week. But again, you have to be doing the work in order for that to actually show up. So again, guys, if you have any questions, please ask. If not, have a great weekend. Don't blow everything out the window over the weekend. Don't be the Monday through Friday hero and then the guy that just lets it all fall apart on the weekends, because that doesn't work. Have a great weekend.